Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. We'll make a start. Thank you for joining us this afternoon from across the world and from all the different countries. We're very honoured to have you with us. We're very delighted that you're here and you can spend some time with us this afternoon. We are about to start our conference, which is entitled Education Around the World, Strengthening Professional Growth. And today we're going to explore how international engagement through leadership delegations, through study visits, and international school partnerships can help strengthen your professional growth and that of your teachers and your staff, as well as whole school improvement. So I say thank you all for joining me. I want to encourage you to use the chat function. My colleague Hannah is on with me this evening and she's going to be monitoring the chat. So if you'd like to introduce yourselves in the chat, introduce yourself, your school, and where you are based in the world. And I would love to know where everyone is joining us from today. If you have any questions throughout the presentation, if you could also put those in the chat. And if we have time at the end, then I will be able to answer your questions. If I don't have enough time, then we will always follow up in an email with yourselves answering any questions. And I'll also try and answer them as we go along as well. Please also share any comments you have on social media using the hashtags there, GSA Conference and G School Alliance, Global School Alliance. Thank you. I'm just going to read out a few of the people who are joining us. So we've got colleagues from India, from Argentina. We've got Tunisia, colleagues from Tunisia, from Pakistan, from Romania, from Moldova, from Nepal. We really are international this evening. So again, I welcome you all and look forward to hearing from you throughout the conference. For those of you, I'm sure you know who we are, because that's why you're here. You're part of our wonderful community already. Again, we welcome you to the Global School Alliance this afternoon. And as you know, the Global School Alliance was developed to connect educators all around the world. And now we are very, very proud to represent over 16,000 of you like-minded global educators in schools in more than 140 countries worldwide. We're really passionate about developing global education. We're committed to empowering you as the educators in developing your students to become global citizens. And we like to share best practice. We like to share our work and the work of our wonderful community in events such as this virtual conference this evening. If you haven't already joined, and I'm sure you will have, but we are launching a new version of our platform very, very soon. So it would be great if you make sure that you are joined and you are a member of the Global School Alliance, because that will make a smooth transition for you. If you're not already a member, then please do sign up. It is free to join, and then you will be able to access members. There's a members directory, there's access to group projects, articles, online courses, and lots of news and celebration and other events that we are celebrating. So thank you for that. You will find the link to join in the chat, again, if you haven't already joined us. Thank you very much. And just before we get started, just a little bit more about the work that we do at Global School Alliance. Again, this is something that you can join with us for free. And that is, we offer Global School Awards. There is a program that you can follow in order to achieve either the bronze, the silver, or the gold school award. The bronze is very entry level. So if you're just at the beginning of your journey into global collaboration and global citizenship, with your teachers, with your staff, with your students, then the Bronze Award is very simply an online form that you can complete showing your intent and your desire and your wishes and your plans to become a global school. For the Silver Award, once you've established a partnership, then you will be eligible after completing certain activities to be awarded the silver. And gold is our top level award, which involves immersive bilateral visits and a sustainable partnership between schools. So again, that you'll find lots and lots more information on our platform if you'd like to take part and join us in the Global School Awards. Other ways in which the Global School Alliance can support your school. We're here to help you establish international partnerships. That's not the focus for this evening's conference. We're going to be looking at how it can benefit the educators and the adults and the school. But we are here to help you establish international partnerships. We're also here to help you embed that international approach within your school and within your curriculum. In particular in terms of languages, but not only languages, but also citizenship and other curriculum areas. And also here at Global School Alliance, we do offer transformational travel opportunities for you and your students to embark on life-changing visits, to visit their peers, to visit schools across the globe. So again, these are three areas in which we can support you on your journey towards global education in your school. Okay, I'd like to start with the conference itself now. So as I say, we are here to talk about professional growth and how you can develop yourself, develop your staff, develop your school. So I'd just like to start off with a very, very quick poll. If you should see it on your screen, if you could click on the button, that would be fantastic. What would you value most about the opportunity to work or visit a school in another country? And I'm hoping, Hannah, I can't actually see the results, so maybe you could post them in the. Oh, yes, I can. Beg your pardon. I can now see the results. So we've got 60% of our wonderful colleagues this evening would like to be able to see different approaches to teaching and learning, which is fantastic because that's really one of the benefits of visiting another school in another country to compare and contrast the education system. We have 13% of colleagues have said that they'd like to gain new cultural and global perspectives themselves. 20% are really keen on sharing ideas and collaborating with other educators. And then a small number of people opted for the bringing back fresh inspiration for my own school or classroom. And I really, really expect that had you been able to select more than one answer, then you probably would have selected them all, because all of these are really, really powerful, powerful benefits of visiting and working in other schools in other countries. It really does enable you to gather new global perspectives on education, on the way schools operate. Teaching in your own classroom can be inspired as well by these visits to other schools in other countries. Thank you all for that. That was wonderful. So really, the evidence is clear as well. We have to really open our eyes and admit that international experiences fuel growth, whether that is for students or whether it's for teachers and leaders. And the OECD in 2023 did a study amongst teachers and leaders who there was then the evidence shows that teachers and leaders who engage abroad in international professional development and professional learning experience higher motivation deeper cultural understanding, and stronger collaboration at home. So not only was the international collaboration supported, but also it helped them then to collaborate with their own colleagues when they came back to their own school. Here we can see a powerful example of how Global School Alliance and one of our leadership delegation visits can influence not just you as an individual, but also whole school development. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. This is the experience of one lead teacher from a school, it was a primary school in the UK, who went on a delegation visit to China, and they really felt that it influenced not only them as an individual, but really whole school development. The experience offered them valuable personal and professional insights. It helped them to return home with a broader perspective and real practical ideas on how they could improve and benefit their entire school community. We're hoping this evening to inspire some of you to join us on some of our leadership delegations next year. When leaders travel, they see teaching and learning differently. It's about looking at education through a new lens. When leaders step outside of their familiar context, their familiar school, they are challenged not only with themselves, they're challenged to see their assumptions about teaching and learning and leadership through new eyes. And international collaboration isn't just about those new ideas, it's about realigning your own beliefs. It's about building that empathy. It's about building your ability and your capacity as a leader. It's about sharing the vision of what education, what good quality education looks like across different contexts. International visits, particularly those that we organise here at Global School Alliance, create a space for personal reflection. It allows leaders and teachers to begin to notice not just what's happening in their own school on a familiar, on a context level, but what is universal. What is good practice? What is good education? What does good teaching and learning look like across the globe? UCL, the University College of London, in 2024 found that head teachers who participated in international knowledge exchange programs reported an increase in their confidence to adapt and innovate within their own schools. After they'd observed different alternative systems abroad, it gave them that space to reflect, to see what they were doing well, but also to take on board ideas from other countries. The OECD, as we've mentioned before, they emphasised that this professional learning and reflection that took place really improved motivation and the ability to question one's own practice. So that's what we'd like to invite you to do as well, is to come along and really look at education through this new lens. We also think about these visits and these experiences as developing global competencies. UNESCO in 2024, in their report on they found that cross-cultural professional learning strengthens global competence and intercultural empathy. That's with students, but it's also with teachers and educators. Collaboration improves leadership. They found that modeling this decision making and exposing leaders to new styles of governing and leading encourage the empathy as a strategic leadership skill. It's not just a personal quality, but it was something that they found would really lead to strategic leadership and a development of that within an educator or a leader's school. International Collaboration, as we know, fosters this empathy, it fosters intercultural understanding, and both of those qualities are essential for modern educational leadership. It enables leaders to appreciate the diversity of educational challenges, not only in their own school, in their own country, but worldwide, from resource constraints, from budget and finance struggles and challenges, to what are the priorities in terms of policy. And it really helps to build a sense of solidarity about the shared goal of quality of education for everybody across the globe. The British Council, in their Connecting Classrooms and the Schools Partnership Alliance in 2023, found also that teachers who engage in sustained partnerships show higher motivation, higher levels of creativity, and real strength in leadership. Because true international collaboration is reciprocal. Both sides learn, both sides can adapt, and both sides learn how to co-create. So I wonder this afternoon or this evening, what global connection has shaped you in your career about how you think about teaching? Have you had the opportunity already to visit another country, to experience another education system? Really what we hear about this evening is to really fostering a whole global community of reflective practitioners, so that the collaboration between you can transform what you see as your vision into real action within your schools. I'd like to introduce you now or show you a case study from one of our leadership delegations who visited China. This was recent. It was literally within the last few weeks, last few days. I think they just returned back very, very recently. So I'd just like to show you this, and I'll let you form your own opinions afterwards.
成长的幸福为办学理念。
广州市胜利奖学教育集团中国新王国学校正式接入 Congratulations！
学校和社区的融合发展也能获得我们应有的启发和指导。
And we also have just returned from a leadership delegation to Madrid in Spain. And I'd like to show you now how these structured visits can really lead to transformation. One participant said that it had given her permission to really rethink what progress looks like in her school. And it reminded her that leadership is about connection, not perfection. The focus of our leadership delegation to Madrid was around languages, around leadership, around inclusion, partnership, and collaboration. During our time there, We visited classrooms, we visited schools, we talked with head teachers and principals, and we had roundtable discussions and real cultural immersion. And the impact that those teachers are taking back to their schools now is around curriculum. Can they redesign? It's around teacher morale. How can they really drive motivation within their teachers? And they really, really are completely committed now to sustainable partnership links with the school that they are now partnered with. And here are just some comments from some of the teachers who joined us in Spain.
Hi, so my name is Catherine. I'm a primary school teacher in the school in North London, Trinity Primary Academy. And this trip has been amazing. Just walking around Madrid and Capelon and just learning Spanish as well at the same time and visiting these schools has been such a lovely experience. I've learned so much about how different schools work within Spain. I've seen lots of the sites, and even looking at the hostels and accommodations that kids could be staying in as well has been amazing. I think everyone should join in, really. Tony has been amazing, so organized, so prompt, has done everything for us. And I think if you were to bring your classes here or join with the GSA, you'd have such an amazing experience. So thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Cecilia Silva. I work for Oasis Academic Enfield. I teach Spanish and K-3 French. I just came to the Madrid just to see my school, my partner school, Arcángel, and I think it was a very good experience because all the people treat us really well. And also I just gained more experience. How can I do projects with between my school that is at the private school with this school that is a private school, and they have so many things in common, like basketball, like swimming, and things like that. And the lady from Arcángel was very nice, Fatima, and she is going to start doing the project with us. And also they treat us really well from the Global School Alliance. They give us too much food. I really recommend it. Hotels were very nice and clean. Thank you.
Hi there. My name is Patricia Hassan. I'm here from Paddington Academy. It was a great pleasure to meet my partner school, Alameda de Osuna, today, and see how they do things and all the projects that we could be collaborating on. I would really recommend the trip just to get the experience of seeing other schools in action, and also meeting like-minded people and teachers from other countries, just to foster that international cooperation. So yeah, it's been fantastic.
Hi.
So I hope you've been inspired as well. And I think now it's time for you to translate this inspiration that you've hopefully received into some action. So maybe we can start thinking about some next steps for you. It might be hosting some visitors. It might be joining us on one of our wonderful GSA delegations, or even starting a digital partnership with a school in another country. So we're going to look now at some ways in which Global School Alliance can support your journey of international transformation and professional growth. So our leadership delegations are really designed for school leaders to visit partner schools abroad to observe teaching and leadership practice and engage in that professional dialogue. And the impact that these leadership delegations have, they help to build that strategic leadership capacity. They help to build confidence in leaders, and they're a real opportunity for reflection through that real world immersion. During a 5-day visit, for example, you'll be focusing on inclusion, on language learning, school improvement, developing the projects with your partnership. And when you come back, you'll be able to create a global action plan in order to embed international learning into your own school strategy. We do offer school partnerships. If you're interested in a long-term partnership between two schools in different countries, so that you can collaborate on curriculum projects, on staff and student exchanges, and really share professional learning on a deeper level. This will allow you to develop that deep, sustained professional development, a deeper cultural understanding between the two schools, and to embed that global citizenship in your curriculum. As you've seen, we offer partnerships in lots and lots of different countries, and later on I have a slide where I can share with you the countries that we're currently working in for 2026. I'd also like to mention at this point, and I will come back with some more information in a minute, around hosting. You can host schools from other countries so that your school can experience the benefits of international collaboration without necessarily having to travel abroad if that's not something that you're quite ready for yet. You'll host visiting students and teachers for a week. The students and teachers will come and shadow. They'll participate in some joint learning and some joint cultural activities. This raises the global profile of your school, and it helps to foster empathy and intercultural awareness and really builds community engagement. So they're the options that we'd like to offer you this evening, and I'd like to just share with you a little bit more information about all of those. Again, here's another quote from a wonderful academy in the UK that went on a leadership delegation to Tunisia. They really felt that they developed as a person, as a teacher, and as a leader. Now, I myself used to be, up until last year or just the year before, 12 months ago, I was a teacher and a senior leader in a UK school. And in 2017, I myself had the privilege of attending a Global School Alliance leadership delegation visit to China. Now, as an educator, that experience challenged all my assumptions that I had previously about China, about education. It broadened my understanding of global education, and it fundamentally reshaped how I now think about cultural exchange, international collaboration. And it really changed my viewpoint around the activities that I did in school. And I was really honored to be able to take my students back to China on 2 separate occasions so they could experience what I had experienced. And the legacy of that leadership delegation that I participated in has now opened so many hearts and minds, including my own, and reaffirmed with me the vital role that we as educators and leaders play in preparing young people to become active, empathetic, and globally engaged citizens. So, if we have inspired you, now you know the benefits of going on a delegation, not only for your own personal development, but how you can then impact on your whole school community. Staff can be really inspired with authentic resources and ideas, and students can benefit from these life-changing experiences. So this year, or for 2026, our destinations are the ones here that you can see on the map. And they are really dictated where we have the most popular areas for our school partnerships. There are over 40 delegates participating in these trips this autumn, at the moment in 2025, and we'd now like to invite you to join us in 2026. So if you would love to join us on one of our leadership delegations, visiting and experiencing the education systems in one of these countries, then we really would invite you to follow the link that you find now on the screen. It's also in the chat, and we will share it again so that you can join us, show your interest, and get more information about joining us on a leadership delegation. Dates are as follows. So in March, we will be hosting our delegation to China. In April, we are going to be visiting Argentina, Peru, and Morocco. May, we will be visiting Japan and Spain. September, we invite you to come and visit us here in the UK. October, because China is really, really popular, we will be visiting China with more delegates. There are more spaces available for China. And in November, Mexico. Now, the leadership delegation is for the Global School Alliance, one of the most rewarding and impactful components that we offer. And for many, it becomes the foundation for their international school partnerships, and it really fuels the global strategy within their school. Now, ultimately, the leadership delegation is about professional growth of yourselves, the teachers and leaders. But it's not just for the individual leader, it's what benefits happen when the leader returns to their own school community. It's about seeing what is possible. It's about reimagining what is familiar, and it's about bringing back ideas that can spark real change. You will connect with inspiring educators from across the globe. You'll exchange ideas and you'll really build those lasting partnerships. But the true impact lies not in only what is seen and learned during the delegation visit, it's in the relationships that endure beyond it. They provide the platform for the collaborative research, the curriculum exchange, mutual development, supporting both students and educators in becoming confident, outwardly looking global citizens. So these are our planned leadership delegations for 2026. And as I said, please follow the link and complete the interest form so that we can share with you lots and lots of information. I mentioned earlier hosting, and we also offer a hosting program. And again, this is a great way to bring the world into your school by offering an authentic immersion experience for student groups. And it also enables your students at your school to be ambassadors for your school and for their country. It's also a really fabulous way for you to raise funds for your trips and activities. By hosting a school group from a visiting country, you can raise funding because you actually you receive money to cover the costs of hosting students in your school. So it's a great way of raising some funds, because I know as an educator that budgets are tight, financial restraints are real. And if we can be of any way helpful in fundraising for you then to be able to potentially in the future embark on a visit of your own. Mariana in the chat is asking if you're interested in different delegations, should we complete the interest form many times? I'm hoping that Hannah, I don't know whether you can answer that because I'm not sure whether the form is for one country or whether it's indicating more than one country. We will get a reply to you in a moment.
Yeah, the form doesn't
Mariana.
allow you to put different destinations, only one. That's why I'm asking this question.
Then yes, I would suggest that if you fill in more than one, that answers my question. Thank you, Mariana. And then we can get in touch with you, and then we will be able to share specific dates because we have got specific dates booked. And yeah, the person who will have an account manager contact you, and they can then liaise with you which ones you would like to do. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, if you fill in more than one, that's not a problem. You can host from any country. We're always looking to expand our offer. And we also have lots of schools who sometimes want to come on an immersive visit, but they don't have a partner school. So that's really useful. It might not be something that we do immediately, but we would love to have you on our list of possible hosting schools because, as I say, we're always looking to expand our offer and to be able to offer wide varied different countries to our schools across the globe. We've had schools from Kenya visiting a school in Spain. We have a school in America, in the USA, who is got a partner with a school in Mexico. So it's not just about the UK, it really is about going and visiting the countries that you are interested in. I'm not sure whether we have any more questions. I'm just going to share with you one final little video from a head teacher who went out on another of our leadership delegations, and I think he talks really passionately about the impact that it had on him and what he is going to bring back to his school, and how he sees it having a real impact on the whole school community. So hopefully I'll just be able to play this one with you.
Hi there, I'm Paul Appleton. I'm the head teacher of Cherry Tree Hill Primary School in Chatherston, Derby. And here I am in China, going around all the schools, and I have to say it has been the most life-changing experience I have ever encountered. I've got so much to take back to my school, but also so much personally that I've gained from this experience. Being with the children, seeing how they honour their traditions, their heritage, but also the education system, and reflecting on my curriculum and my teaching back at my own school, but also in terms of how we display children's work and how we hold on to the traditions for our own schools. There's so much to be gained by doing this, and I am benefiting so much from this. Well, they'd be more than welcome to come back to England. We would love to show them our traditions, our culture, our education system and our schools as well. They've got so much to gain from us, just as much as we have from them, and it can only make the world a better place if we work together, can't it? Hi there, I'm Paul Appleton.
I just wanted to finish with a final poll before we do finish, and I realise it just gives you another opportunity to ask any more questions in the chat as well. So following on from our presentation, our conference this afternoon, I hope you have been inspired, whether that's to contact us about joining a delegation yourself, whether you'd like to offer your school as a host, or just whether you'd just like to get in touch with us just to discuss further steps. So I'd be really, really interested to know your thoughts on this. What do you think, following today's conference, what will be your next global step? Will you be joining a delegation? Would you like to do that? Would you be willing to host a visit? Are you interested in building a partnership? Or is it something around exploring different ways of raising funds for your school? If you do contact us via the delegation link, or if you join us on the platform, or simply you can send us, and I'll share with you contact details as well. Please get in touch with us, and we will have an individual personal conversation with you, because everybody's situation is different. People are in lots and lots of different countries, different schools. Sean is asking about adding Cyprus to the delegation list. As I said before, we're really looking on how we can expand what we do. We started with China in 2019. In fact, before that, but it's expanded since into all the countries that you can see joining us today. So we're really, really proud, and we're growing all the time. Well, it's very, very evenly split, the results of the poll. So 26% of you would like to come and join us on a delegation. We would be thrilled to have you. So please follow the link, and we promise we will get back in touch with you and have that personal conversation around delegations, which one you prefer, whether you want to come on more than one. That is absolutely fine. Again, 21% of you would like to host a visit. Wonderful. We are absolutely thrilled, because we're seeking more and more schools who would be willing to host and to celebrate the wonderful things that are going on in their school, really showcase what's going on. If you are interested in building a partnership, and 32% of you have said that you're interested in a partnership, again, that is something we can help you to do. By joining our community, we can then share with you the different pathways that we have. We have digital options, we have more sustainable one-to-one, what we call sister school partnerships. If you participate in a sister school partnership, you actually get a free delegation. We will offer that for you for free. So there are benefits to having a partnership as well as joining us on a delegation. And as I said before, we can certainly explore some funding options with you because as we know, it is always a barrier for some of our students, but that's where we like to be able to help you with fundraising through hosting. So thank you all. Thank you for that. Thank you for joining me in the poll as well. It's really given me that insight as to what people are thinking of and how we can then support you on your global journey. And I think, as I put at the quote there, that when leaders cross borders, they don't just visit the schools. It's about building bridges between their school and the school that they are visiting. And I think if there's one thing that we're very passionate about here at Global School Alliance, it's about building those bridges and really establishing those connections for our teachers, our leaders, and ultimately for the students that we work with. So thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. Again, you've got the link on the screen there for the delegation. You can follow us on Facebook and on the other socials. Please join us if you haven't already joined us as part of the community, and you can get in touch with us via the platform on all of the programs that I've mentioned this afternoon. If you have a little look at all the different areas on the platform, you'll be able to find contact names and contact numbers that you can contact us, and we will get back in touch with you and run through all of the wonderful opportunities that we can offer to you, your teachers, your schools, and your students. So thank you very much for joining me, everybody. If there are any more questions, I'll stay on for a couple of minutes. If you just want to pop your question in the chat, and I can then answer. Otherwise, have a lovely rest of the day. I don't know where people are joining us from, what the time difference is. So please have a lovely rest of your day. And we look forward to seeing you on our next conference, which is in a few weeks' time, in 3 weeks' time. I think it's on the 20th of November. So please join us for that.